Live. This is Live Miami at 11.
Well, do you want a fun and colorful way for your kids to learn about animals and nature? We have David FitzSimmons, author of Curious Critters, here to tell us about his book, how we created it, and how you and your family can safely enjoy some of these animals. I think I'm talking specifically about the spider, perhaps. But I'm in love with this book because the pictures are beautiful, and I'm thinking for both adults and kids, it's a whole lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. I love reading this book to children. I do book performances where I read, and I try to write a lot of animal sounds in so the children can either hear the animal sounds or, if they're old enough to read, can start to make animal sounds themselves.
Now, talk to me about why this book, it makes me feel like a kid, but why it's important for kids to be exposed to something like nature and animals and be interested in stuff like this.
Well, children naturally have a propensity for what's called biophilia, the love of nature. And young children, say ages 3 to 7, really need to have a chance to experience nature, not learn all kinds of facts, but just connect emotionally, enjoy nature. And so this book allows them, particularly with the eye level photographs taken right at the eye level of the animals, to connect with animals and enjoy them.
Oh my gosh, all right, so I mean, you're such a professional. I want to talk about some of these photographs that we're actually looking at right now. Is this you taking the pictures for the book?
That's me taking pictures for the book.
I asked how you got the white backdrop. I guess that's how it's done, huh?
I use a light tent. It's a 3-foot cube tent, and I use studio lights on the outside. And you see animals here, they're shot against a white background. That white background allows the animal to really pop off the page, and you can see details about the animals, their shape, their color.
Yeah, and at the very end, what I'm going to do is actually flip to the end. You and your wife came up with this great concept for showing their size as well. I'm just going to open the book to that page. And this is a really neat concept because, you know, to me, the goldfish looked like the biggest animal there, and I think for kids, it's great to put everything into perspective. In there, we have the outline of all of the creatures and their size. That tent, did that travel to zoos? Did that travel to your backyard? How did you find these animals?
Yeah, it folds up into a small package about this large. It collapses down, and I go to all kinds of locations. So, for example, I work at nature centers, rehabilitation centers, and zoos, all kinds of, and many of them I find in my own backyard. I have 2 children, and my daughter Sarah, in fact, found the frog, the tree frog that's on the cover.
The frog on the front cover. Right. I mean, she must be so proud. She must have been so excited for this.
And my daughter Phoebe, who's 2, loves the snake. A lot of people fear snakes, but my daughter loves to climb on my lap in the studio and say, "Nake, nake."
Well, I've got to tell you, Roxy almost jumped out of her boots when she saw the spider. So the spider is very up close and creepy, but in a cool way.
It's a tiny spider. It's only about the size of your thumbnail.
Really? Okay, maybe I can find that page because I assumed it was huge.
Many spiders have 8 eyes, and so this is a very curious spider. They like to jump right up and look at you in the face, and they're particularly friendly spiders.
They are friends. Oh my gosh, look at the size of that. Now you teach people how to take better photographs too. That's the spider, by the way. Roxy, please don't look at your screen right now. But that's the spider, and I just assumed it was this giant spider that
it's a very small
could be found
spider.
Crawling on humans somewhere. But
and yes, I do workshops. I do workshops where I teach people how to photograph these animals.
Does that mean that perhaps your average person at home watching right now is capable of taking good pictures? Because I'm looking at the detail in these pictures, and I've never taken a picture like that.
It's absolutely something that anyone can do. Cameras today are so highly advanced that with a little training, and that's where I show people in the workshop the right lighting, the right positioning, how you can produce photographs like this. So I do workshops all across the country teaching people.
Now, for the Blue Jay, could you just read this first paragraph for us here?
Sure.
Because we're actually winding down.
This is the Blue Jay. Keer, keer. Ha! I scared you with my hawk call, didn't I? You thought I was coming to get you. Actually, I'm just a jabbering jay, but I love to imitate hawks and other birds. In the wild, I love to jabber. Jay, 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 Jay.
I hate to cut you off there because we're having so much fun. I hope you have some kids that are at their screen right now getting excited about Curious Critters by David FitzSimmons. It's available at Barnes & Noble's online, Amazon, Books & Books, and other major retailers. For more information, you can visit curious-critters.com. And if you call our giveaway line right now, that's 954-622-6666, you can win a signed copy of the book. Remember to leave your name. He will actually sign it just for you. So good luck. Over to you, Nathalie.